you actually need this one rule to succeed in MSNR trading strategy. So I want you to copy this, my single rule about SNR, and you are going to see that your trading is going to change for the good, for the better. Before we go to the charts, let me use this schematic to give you an illustration of what I mean and how you can improve your strategy, your MSNR using this. First thing first, you need to identify a key level. All right, so permit me, I want to speak slowly so that you can get it very well. Right, so this is a higher time frame key level, and this higher time frame key level is a must before you can even consider taking any particular setup. The reason is because the market is full of manipulation, so you will need an edge and a high probability in order for you to make progress in your trading. So first thing first is identify the higher time frame key level. And how do we do that? We do that by knowing what structure is all about. So for example, we have price action, we have a break, that's a break of structure, we have another break of structure here, we have another break of structure here. Each of these break of structure, these are potential key levels. And of course, in MSNR, this is why we call this the A-shape classic level. So we have the A-shape classic level, right? And we also have the V-shape classic level. And of course, we have the open close classic level, we have the gap classic level, and whatnot. So this is why it is important that you know the difference. In case you don't understand A-shape classic level, V-shape classic level, I recommend that you watch my previous videos where I talked about it, or check the video description. Now, each of these levels are potential key levels, right? So this is V-shape, V-shape, A-shape, A-shape, A-shape. Okay, so how do we now start looking for our potential setup, and what exactly is the secret? Flow with me. First thing first, what do we have? We have market structure pushed into the high time frame key level. Remember, we said that every swing point is a potential key level. So in this case, we have this as a key level right here. So say this is a daily key level, right? And of course, you wait for price to come on the same daily time frame and tag this key level. So immediately price tag this key level on the daily time frame. What do you want to do next? You need to go to the 4-hour time frame. So this is the 4-hour time frame, and this is exactly where the secret lies. Now, how do we know the exact point where we are going to identify our breakout? Breakout is what helps you to confirm your storyline, because it is change in state of delivery. Therefore, you will need a storyline in order for you to know your accurate trend direction. So how exactly, or how best do you get to know your breakout? This is the secret. One thing you can do is this. First, remember, you must wait for price to what? Come to your key level. So of course, obviously, we have this as our daily key level. So price tags our daily key level. What do we do next? Next, we simply go to what? To the lower time frame. You go to a time frame lower. In this case, this is the 4-hour time frame. So I'm going to write here 4 hours so that as we go on, you are going to understand exactly what I mean. So we have this as a 4-hour time frame. So what you do, you come to this and you take a vertical line. Put the vertical line on where price touched that particular key level. So this is where it's going to get more interesting. Once you do this, when you go to lower time frame, you are not going to be confused anymore of where price is coming from or where price touched. The reason is this: most time, many traders, what they do is they get confused. They don't know the particular key level to mark to confirm their storyline, and this is the secret I'm sharing with you right now. So once you identify this by alienating it with a vertical line, you are going to see something like this on the lower time frame. So this vertical line, you are going to observe that probably it came across this level on the lower time frame. Now pay keen attention. When you see something like this on the lower time frame, what you do is you pull the vertical line, take it to where price touch your key level. if you noticed, all of these zones are valid swing, the valid swings on 4 hours, valid swing, but not every one of them touched it. Now peradventure we have multiple, assuming we have two like this, what you do, instead of putting it here, you now put it on this. So what it means is you must put the vertical line on the first level that touched, on the first candle that touched your key level, right? So this is very important. So once you have been able to do this, the next thing is this: you take your tool and you identify the last V shape in the case of sales, and identify the last A shape in the case of buy. And what do? We mark this out, and this becomes what? Our breakout. This becomes our breakout. So we have this as our change in state of delivery, right? So now that you have our breakout, what else are we looking at for? This is the secret. Pay attention. Now that you've identified your breakout, you now know that okay, a storyline has been confirmed. So which means you are now bearish for that particular pair. Do you understand? Now until price gets to that same key level that initiated the storyline, price will not reverse 100%. What does that mean? It means that if this is a daily key level, of which this was a daily key level, it means that before this low is going to reverse like this, 100% like this, it must have touched another key level right here, another daily key level. What if price did not touch this daily key level here? It means price will not come fully 100%. Price might retrace at best. What it will do, it will retrace, and definitely is going to look for roadblocks here. It's going to look for roadblocks on the 4-hour time frame. So of course this is a roadblock and is a key level. So when price comes, what happens? It taps it and continue to the downside. Are you following me? Now, because of time, and I just hope you understand this, in case you don't, just go and rewatch this video again. Like I said, this is one of the reasons I'm speaking slowly, so that you can get it right. So let's go to the chart and let me show you a practical example. So say we're going to cut price, we cut somewhere around here. Now we are going to use the same method that I just showed you on the chart. So remember, we have to go to the daily time frame first. We need to go to the daily time frame. Now on the daily time frame, we need to identify our key levels, right? And it has to be what? A daily key level, isn't it? So it has to be a daily key level. So once our key level have been tapped, the next thing that we're going to do is what? We go to the 4 hours. 4 hours. So what do we do on the 4-hour time frame? So let me cut this again so that I can carry everybody along. So I can carry everyone along. Now, before we come to the 4-hour, we must be on the daily. So this is the daily. So we play or we wait for price. Immediately price taps. So what this means is what? We have daily rejecting daily. Right? We have daily reject daily. So this confirms that, okay, or rather it gives us an idea that price is about to move to the opposite direction. But we cannot confirm this until we go to 4 hours. So what do? We put our vertical line there. We'll go to the 4 hours. Now, on the 4 hours, you know that this is the beginning of that particular day, right? And where the price touch it first. Yeah. So by implication, we need to identify levels where we have A or V shape. As you can see, we have one here, and we have another one here. Now, the mistake that some of you do is you might likely mark this one. You see, you mark this one if you don't have this vertical line on, right? So you see, this is one secret that I believe it can actually change the way you trade, because some of you will now say, okay, this is the breakout. No, this is not the breakout. Rather, the breakout is on here. It's on here. We saw it on the line chart. So the breakout is somewhere here. All right, somewhere here. Look at it. That's our breakout. So what else can we do? We can now start looking forward our potential buy levels. Now, to do that, we also need to consider our next daily level, because that's where price might likely travel to. Okay, so now that we have our breakout, what else? Now let's begin to mark our key levels. So we have this, we have a key level here, right? We have a key level here, and of course we're supposed to have a key level here, but unfortunately there's nothing there actually, right? Look at that, there's no QM. So this is the closest, so therefore this is the one we want to look for our trade on. So you can put your stop loss a bit here, because you need to also consider this low right here. So if we go to the line chart, you'll notice that we have a QM here, right? But this was not the initial breakout. This is the breakout, but since the QM is missing, you can just consider that. So in order not to miss out, you can just place your stop loss a little below this, because this is actually our focus. This is our focus, this zone. So you wait patiently for price to tag you in. So this is a miss, right? This is a miss, and usually this miss, what it does, it tends to validate our key level, right? So it shows us that, okay, price is likely to go up. So we have that confirmation, therefore wait patiently for price to trade into our levels, right? So since we are a bit confident that this was where it got broken, now we are targeting, so we need to see price do its thing. Now peradventure you missed this particular tag and you came to the chart and you saw something like this, right? Daily had already played out, giving breakout, rejected here. So what you do the same thing for 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, you mark that on. What do? We go to 1 hour to do what? To look for confirmation. You see, ordinarily you might think that, oh, this is, where price, like this is where price is, or rather where price touched, but or where price the higher time frame began from. But with the help of this vertical line, you draw it into where price touched that zone. So what do? We simply wait. What are we waiting for? We are waiting for the break of market structure, right? So let's wait patiently and see what exactly price is doing. Now this is another mistake you do. You see, ordinarily if we remove this now, if I remove this, you will think that, oh, we have our breakout here, because this is a mistake majority of you make, and that's why it seems you are not making progress learning MSNR. All right, so we have, you see, this is not your breakout. No, that's not your breakout, right? Where's your breakout? This is your breakout, of course, yeah, because the last swing point before our vertical line. So we are going to wait patiently for price to get to that level, and of course we have our breakout on there. By the way, in case you have not subscribed, do well to do so, and feel free to check the video description to join my free Telegram channel, where I send free setups every single day. And peradventure you want to fast track and increase your knowledge on MSNR, I suggest you join the Come Papers Academy, and all details are in the video description or on my Telegram channel. So what do now that we have a breakout? Remember, price is already coming from on here, so we might not expect price to come back here, because on the higher time frame price had moved. So we are just looking for a re-entry, and to do that we are on the 1-hour time frame. So we can look for potential zones where price want to reverse, might likely reverse from, and this is the first one we must pick. This is another one. So this is a classic A level that failed, that became valid again, right? A classic, mitigated, failed. So this level is actually a strong level because it moved multiple times, right? Now we also have other key levels on here. Now I don't want to talk about all of those yet, but for the purpose of this video and for the purpose of this one single rule, All right, don't complicate things. We are going to enter on here. All right, because remember, this is a re-entry. We're already on the trade, so therefore we know that okay, price might likely reverse. This is actually a strong level. All right, and to validate this, we need a miss candle. So we need a candle that make an attempt to touch any of these key level before we pull the trigger. Okay, so play price, and of course look at this. So this becomes a miss, and this tells me that okay, probably this is where price really want to use, and my stop loss will be there. I can decide to use 40 pips on there for gold, or you can use 30 pips or even below, and of course you can target the next daily level. All right, I hope you are following me. This is quite simple, but if you don't follow systematically, it can become very complex to you. All right, so what do we do next? Patiently wait. We set our limit order, or we simply wait for price to come and tag us in. All right, so we play this and expect price to tag us in. All right, so you see that. So we have a nice tag and a push to the upside. This is the secret. I think once you are able to copy this successfully, it's going to improve how you understand MSNR completely. All right, so this is Comment Pips. In case you really want to learn more about trading the MSNR, my standard of operation, how I trade step by step, I recommend you check the video description to join either my premium service, either of my premium services, and I bet you are not going to regret it. Okay, so just send me a message on Telegram, and of course I'll be willing to give you an extra discount if you say you are from this video. So let me give you the code. I've never done this, so the code for this video will be so just send me this on my Telegram. Once you send me this on my Telegram, I'm going to give you a 40% of discount to join, or even 50% of discount to join the Comment Pips Academy. Right, I'm going to give you like 40 to 50% of discount to join the academy. All right, so just send me this code. What will be the code? All right, this is the code. You can as well type it in the video comment. Just type, just give me this code, freedom, or just say financial. Just type, I want financial freedom. Let me join your mentorship. Now, once you send me this code on my Telegram or on my Instagram or on the comment section, just type it on the comment section, and I'm going to reach out to you, and I will give you like 40% of discount or more to join the Comment Pips Academy. Right, so, and if you are in Nigeria, I will likely give you even more. All right, to join the academy, I can give you up to 50% off, because I want to see Nigerians, younger Nigerians, youth I want to see them get better in their trading. So I really hope that this system will improve your overall strategy and how you look at the market. I really wish to see you on the next one.